Hello and welcome to Hoffmann-Photography. My name is Rainer and in today's video we'll talk about a current trend in photography, out of cam, and why it's not for me. A current trend in digital photography is out of cam, or short OOC. If you haven't heard about it, then you've missed something. Out of cam is a new mark of quality for digital images. It means they are not edited, they are not manipulated, they are real. They show the world as it is. But is that really true? People who don't want to edit their images assume that the camera perceives the world as it really is, or at least as we humans perceive it. But that is, to put it mildly, a bit naive. A camera rarely ever perceives reality as it really is. Here are a few examples. This is an image of Rockfleet Castle in County Mayo, Ireland. This is what it looks like when imported into Lightroom with the default settings. But that's not how I perceive the scene on location. My eyes, in cooperation with my brain of course, saw all the details of the castle. In the image, however, it's a dark, almost featureless blob. The hills in the background were lush green and yellow. The sky was not simply a grey expanse, but showed some blue and the clouds of a departing shower. If I had perceived the scene the way the camera did, I probably wouldn't have taken a photo at all. Here is an edited version of Rockfleet Castle. This is how I remember the scene. And yes, I'm aware that not everyone will like my personal interpretation. From my point of view, this picture is a typical example of the fact that image processing is necessary to adapt the photo to my perception, because I experience the scene different than the camera. The fact that I perceive the scene quite differently is, of course, due to the superior signal processing of our brain, which makes it possible to process very high contrast without any problems. Here is another example of a high contrast scene. On the left, the unedited version, and on the right, the scene as I perceived it. Another example of the superior signal processing of our brain is the perception of converging lines. Whenever the camera is tilted upwards, converging lines occur, like in this image of a church somewhere in northern Germany. This is simply caused by the laws of optics. But our brain automatically corrects converging lines, so we always perceive vertical lines as vertical, except in very extreme cases. Therefore, in my opinion, converging lines in an image should be corrected in post-processing, which of course I've done here. It seems to me that out of cam is becoming one of those holy grails of photography. Only if you shoot OOC you are a real photographer. But of course that is true only if you also consistently use the manual exposure mode. I believe that out of cam is not a virtue, and I'm absolutely sure that it is not for me. What do you think? Please feel free to leave a comment. Thanks for watching.